see guys here, it's a number 2 metal classic guard, and I'm going to be setting a fade foundation. Once we complete this step, we're going to set our baseline and board out the bottom part. As you see guys here, now we've set our fade foundation, and next step is going to be setting a baseline, and we're going to follow that by using a foil shaver to completely board out the bottom part. So as you see guys here, at this point I'm using my Andes foil shaver and I'm boarding out the bottom part completely. Once we complete this step, we're going to move to our next step, and we're going to set one guideline about 1 inch high with the blade open. So as you see guys here, at this point we're going to be using a blade open, and we're going to set one guideline about 1 inch high. So as you see guys here, it's a number 1 metal classic guard, and it's open, and we're going to be blending right to the foundation, skipping the 1.5 guard. So as you see guys here, at this point we're going to close the number 1 and remove the middle line. So at this point guys, you see all what we got left is the bottom line. I'm going to use the blade fully closed and remove the bottom line. So as you see guys here, at this point I'm going to be using the scissors and point cut to all the dark spots we have on this fade. Once we complete this side guys, we're going to move to the other side and repeat the same steps again. Remember the steps guys we used a number 2 metal classic guard to set our fade foundation. Then we set our baseline, we boarded out the bottom part using the foil shaver, and then we set one guideline with the blade open and about 1 inch high. Then we used the number 1 metal classic guard to blend right to the foundation, which is a number 2, skipping the 1.5 guard. We close the number 1 to remove the middle line, then we close the blade fully closed to remove the bottom line, skipping the 0.5 guard. So at this point guys, you see we're working on the other side, and again we're using a number 2 metal classic guard to set our fade foundation. And once we complete this step guys, we're going to set our baseline and we're going to use the foil shaver to board out the bottom part completely. Then we're going to follow that by using a blade open to set one guideline about 1 inch high, and then we're going to use the number 1 metal classic guard to blend to the foundation, skipping the 1.5 guard. So as you see guys here, at this point we complete setting a fade foundation using number 2 close, and next step is going to be setting a baseline, and we're going to follow that by using a foil shaver to board out the bottom part. So as you see guys here, now we set our baseline. I'm going to follow that by using the foil shaver and board out this bottom part here. Once we complete this step guys, we're going to move to our next step and set one guideline with the blade open about 1 inch high. So now as you see guys here, at this point we've got our fade foundation set with the number 2, and we've got our baseline. We boarded out the bottom part completely, and next step is going to be the blade open, and we're going to set one guideline about 1 inch high. So as you see guys here, at this point we've got one guideline set with the blade open, and next step we're going to use the number 1 metal classic guard, and we're going to blend right to the foundation. We're going to skip the 1.5 guard. So as you see guys here, at this point we're going to close the number 1 and remove the middle line. And now as you see guys here, at this point all we got left is the bottom line. I'm going to use the blade fully closed and remove the bottom line. So as you see guys here, at this point the fade is complete, and all we're going to be doing next is to touch up. Remember guys, the steps that we used in number 2 to set our fade foundation, and then we set our baseline. We boarded out this bottom part completely. We set one guideline with the blade open about 1 inch high, then we follow that by using a number 1 metal clutch guard to blend right to the foundation, skipping the 1/2 guard. We close the number 1 to remove the middle line, then we close the blade fully closed to remove the bottom line. So as you see guys here, at this point I'm using a scissors and I'm point cutting to all the dark spots that we have on fade. So I mentioned guys, this is going to be a last step on this side, and we're going to connect both sides at the back. So now at this point guys, you see both sides are faded. We're going to connect both sides of the back. We got our fade foundation sets for the number 2, and then we got our baseline. We boarded out the bottom part completely. Our next step is going to be the blade open, and we're going to set one guideline about 1 inch high. As you see guys here, it's the number 1 metal cluster guard, it's open, and we're going to blend right to the foundation, which is the number 2, and skipping the 1/2 guard. And then number 1, fully closed to remove the middle line. And now as you see guys here, all we got left is the bottom line. I'm going to use the blade fully closed to remove the bottom line.